Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Fitzpatrick, and it's Monday, this time the 28th of October 2024, and time for my weekly video log. And I'm still in search of 10% per month, but I am moving towards it. I've now got three new strategies that will, I think, get us there. So let's see what we've got for this week. So first of all, let's have a look at the outcome for the October put sales. They're all finished now, they've all expired. So let's see how we did. And here we have it. At the top of the bill, Diamond. Diamond made nearly $13,500 on selling puts in October, and they had two that were put to them, but both of those were in profit. If you recall, the mauve color is the profit or loss, but it does mean if it's mauve, it's been put to the club, but it's still in profit. So that went well. Everything that didn't look like was profit was rolled forward and down. And if I can also remind you that the green across the right-hand side, that would have been the outcome had we just bought the stock. So remember that for later on because we can pick winning stocks. Fortune was next, 8,000, a smaller club, obviously, and nothing put to the club that it didn't expect. Tees, much lower at 1,255. Tees has got less buying power, which we need to sort out. So I need to free up some buying power in Tees so we can do more of this. Nonetheless, it came in at a profit. Then we have Sapphire, 14,000. Again, nothing put to the club. 100th Millionaire, they, I think, did, well, one of the best, certainly, 18,000. And one stock that was put, which was BP. Happy to own it. And then the QI Club, they're the big winners, $33,500 in profit in the month. A lot of that down to SMTC, which brought in 25,000. And extra income, 6,900. Again, a smaller club. And overall, 95,000 in profit. So we haven't done badly in the month. I don't think we'll do quite as well in November because we've got the election coming up and we've got a huge number of earnings announcements. So I'm being pretty cautious until we get beyond the election and those announcements. So let's talk about buying shares. I showed you this slide last week. This is showing that we're getting it largely right and that the analysts are very good at choosing and identifying stocks that are going up, but they're useless at working out how far they're going to go up. So we're going to widen our view a bit and take the views of not just one analyst per stock, but as many as are out there. So we'll be using a panel of 8,000 professional analysts working for 150 brokers. And this is the strategy that I've already started using this on Friday of last week. So the magenta line at the bottom, that is the S&P 500. And we're going back here to the beginning of the year. And this is if you invested $10,000. So this is a back test of it. And we're now up to sort of the end, just past the end of week 41. So there's the S&P. At the top, on this strategy, we have got, it's just about 30,000 value of the account. And that's if you don't use stop losses. Further down, we've got the green line. That's the same strategy, but this time using stop losses. And the strategy, what we're doing. So we're taking 7 stocks identified by these brokers as being good for fundamental analysis and in a good position as far as technical analysis is concerned. And once a week, we are buying these stocks, holding them for a week, then going back and looking at the revised list. The ones that are no longer on it are then being sold, and they're being sold whether they're in profit or not, and then replaced to top the number of positions back up to 7. That's how it works. So didn't want to do that on $1 million worth of account or something. So we're testing it well. Some of the accounts are testing this with $50,000, and we'll see how it goes. Now, as I say, it only started on Friday, so we've only had until the time between opening the trade, which was late afternoon Friday, and the close of business Friday evening for things to move. But let's see what happened. And here we have Diamond Club. So these are the seven stocks. And just checking now, today, the ones that I've highlighted in this mustard color, they're the ones who say, look, get out of those stocks now. And they've actually got some replacements. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it until Friday, and then we'll be doing it. However, I will keep an eye on it. I don't want these things going too far down. So, overall from that, we spent $50,600 and we have a gain at present of $3.57. So that was just on the afternoon of Friday, and we've got 0.71% of a gain on it. So let's just have a look. We've got um, one, two, three, four of the stocks are in profit, including one which was $500 in profit. That's a nice big one. A very cheap stock, bought at $1.74, ended the day at 186. So, yeah, it's worth pursuing. Let's see how that goes. And these are my picks for the week. Now, these have been generated very differently from the usual way. I am still using Value Line. So I do the Value Line filter and I identify stocks in there that are of good quality and also at good prices. But I'm also using a bought-in screener from the US and also the Better Investment or Better Investing, which is a bit like TICN in America. I'm using their filtering system too. I'm then looking to see what prices these things are at and when their earnings are due out, and also at the premiums that might be available if we sell an out of the money put. And these are what I came up with. So AMAT, first of all, is an expensive stock, $187, and its earnings are due out on the 21st of November. However, we could sell a 15 November 180 strike price put, and the 765 in that. So it might be worth doing, but I don't want to go in too heavy on it. CAG, we generally know of that one been in far more often. That one, we could just buy the stock, $29. Its earnings are not out until February, so plenty of time there. Or we could sell a nice batch of out of the money puts and get 50 cents uh, per share on premium. The only one available really was the strike price of 29. So that could end up saying, okay, we're happy to sell the put and to get the premium for that. And if they're put to us, that's not a problem either. Or we could allow some of them to be put to us and roll the rest forward. ALLY, again, a possible buy at $34. Earnings out in January, 55 cents available on the $32 strike price. So I like that more because we've got a lot more clearance. We've got $2.42 of clearance as we speak. And then finally, EW. And that one's not quite ready yet. It's in a little bit of free fall. So I'm waiting for that to get down to, to show reverse J. Its earnings are not due out until the 4th of February. So we've got some time to wait for that. Now, one thing I've also noticed is that if we acquire stocks at these much lower prices instead of going with um, high strike prices where we end up getting the stock put to us early at a price we don't like, um, we can actually use stop losses. If we got a stock that's trading at $20 at the moment, it gets put to us at 30, then you really haven't got scope to put in a stop loss. However, if we got the stock put to us at 20, then we could take 10% off that and perhaps put a stop loss in at 18 or something. So this can be a lot safer in many, many ways. And we go on a lot about lids, and lids have some protection for puts that we sell, but then we've got all the stocks which don't have protection on them. So I'm quite excited about the way this is going. Okay, so the young stars. So young stars, I want to get the club value over $25,000 so we can trade puts and the youngsters can enjoy the same benefits and the same gains as the adult clubs are now getting. So I put out a call for more members, and I also put out a call for the parents and guardians, etc., of members to let them put some money in just to get that total up. I did get some new young members. I didn't get any adult money, and therefore nowhere near the $25,000 mark still. So my next move on this is to discuss with young stars and also with members of Fortune Club the idea of merging those two clubs together, but keeping the benefit of not paying TICN gains, a share of TICN gains on the young stars element of it. So we'll see how that goes. The Facebook group continues to do well. I've got sort of 80 odd members at the moment. I'd be grateful if anybody listening, go and join. You check out the Extraordinary Stock Trading System. You'll see that there's a page of that name, but there's also a group of that name. It's the group that I'm looking for members for. And I do put quite a lot of stuff in there, which I hope is interesting and of use to people. If you're not already a member of one of the investment clubs, we're now zooming along 5 or 6% a month and heading towards 10% a month. You don't have to put a fortune in. You can come in from £100 a month, or you can put a fortune in. People do, not a problem. Anyway, check it out at myinvestmentclub.co.uk. I should also mention the live training, which is running at the Hilton Hotel Watford on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of November. On the 15th, a Friday, it's the evening only. That gives us a chance to do stuff while the market is open. Saturday is all about assessing quality and value. And on Sunday, we get to trading strategies, including all of the fantastic new stuff that I've been working on. If you want to know more about how that works and even fancy having a go at it yourself, Sunday is the day to be there. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks very much for listening.